he was chosen to fight for the elimination for the vacant welterweight title. And it's just like any other profession. It has its own risks and hazards, and it's part of the game. And he realizes that it is a reality of life that in any venture or activity there is always that risk. So he was not worried. On the other hand, he is inspired by the tragedy because it gives him an opportunity to carry on the cause and to carry on the banner which Duke Kim proudly held.
Your source for sports, ESPN, presents the WBA's World Welterweight Championship, scheduled for 15 rounds. Curry against Hwang. Straight ahead. Well, we've got a packed crowd here in Fort Worth. In the ring right now is Jun Suk, who will take on Donald Curry, who's a native son. Curry ranked #2 by the WBA, a pro only a couple of years. He would have been our welterweight hope in the Olympics in 1980 if we went to Moscow.
I'm from New Jersey.
Donald Curry is trying to become Fort Worth's first world boxing champion. His 15 straight wins, 12 by knockouts, have earned him the WBA's #2 ranking. They call him the Cobra, and he makes his second home, Gorman's Gym in Fort Worth. As an amateur, Curry won over 400 bouts, would have been the American welterweight hope of the 1980 Olympics if the U.S. hadn't boycotted the Moscow Games. After watching videotapes of Jun Suk, Curry described him as a cross between Pepino Cuevas and Aaron Pryor.
I never predict, you know, what I'll do, but mostly I feel like I'm confident. I've trained hard enough that I should be able to win. I don't predict a knockout or anything, but I'm sure that I'll win.
Curry says he became a matured professional the night he knocked out Mike Senegal almost a year ago. Despite a weakened condition brought on by the flu and the fact that he hadn't eaten in 2 days, Curry fought and knocked him out in the 10th round. Against Bruce Finch, Curry's speed and power were awesome. This is what Hwang has to contend with, and this is Curry's strategy.
I probably won't do anything different. I'll probably use my jab more because he's a little shorter than I am. But I'll probably just go out and, you know, relax and get into the fight.
It's looking very dangerous for this fight, and he's taking it very seriously. And I've watched him prepare for 4 weeks now. We're going into the last 2 weeks before the fight, and he's really looking sharp, real good.
In his last bout, Curry earned a split decision over previously unbeaten Marlon Starling. Curry gets a title shot at 21 years of age in his 16th pro bout. His manager, David Gorman, rebuts the charge that the Cobra has been fed easy opponents.
Well, I'll say that they never have got in the ring with Curtis Ramsey or Marlon Starling or Mike Senegal or Adolfo Vera-Webb, because that's his last 4 fights, and that's against very prominent fighters. And a lot of people said Marlon Starling would beat Don Curry, and I knew he couldn't beat Don Curry. And if Don had been 100% for that fight, I still think he would have stopped Marlon Starling instead of going to a decision.
Curry laments the death of lightweight Duck Koo Kim, also of Korea. Wang's friend and sparring mate feels that the residue of the ring tragedy has not only changed the rules to protect boxers, but favor early aggression.
It was an accident, and, you know, accidents do happen, but, you know, I feel like I have the upper edge on that because if I get him in trouble, I think they'll stop the fight even earlier than what it probably should have been.
21-year-old Donald Curry making his way now into the arena toward the ring, and here are his thoughts, pre-recorded.
For 14 years, you gotta have this title. You gotta have this title, Don. You gotta get it now. Go out there and pace yourself 15 rounds if you need to. If you don't, you can take them out. And with either hand, come on, Don, we got to have this title.
The Cobra is in the ring. He is the darling of Fort Worth. He goes after the WBA championship. So does Jun Suk of Seoul, Korea, who isn't lonely. He's got about 1,000 Koreans here waving flags as well in his favor. Both guys have lots of fans here. The stage is set straight ahead. The WBA's welterweight championship. And you can see it on ESPN. Curry and Wang, both of them undefeated, trying to follow in the footsteps of Sugar Ray Leonard, who retired prematurely and left the WBA title vacant. The closing strains of the national anthem, and there you see the large crowd, many of them Koreans, and we are just moments away from our bout schedule for 15 rounds for the WBA welterweight championship. Now let's go to the ring announcer, Bob Sawyer, for the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Tarrant County Convention Center this evening, I'm fixing to bring in to the ring the fellow who will be fighting the winner of this world title fight coming up here in just a few moments. Here is the 4th ranked welterweight in the world. Here is Roger Stafford. He will be fighting the winner of the Curry-Wang fight in April. Roger Stafford. Ladies and gentlemen, the feature event of the evening, and this 15 rounds for the World Boxing Association Welterweight Championship. Introducing in the blue corner, weighing in this afternoon at 147 pounds. Fighting tonight in white with a record of 20-0, 11 knockouts. His hometown, Seoul, Korea. Here is Jun Suk. Seoul, Korea. In the red corner, he weighed in at 146 1/4 pounds. Fighting in yellow, a ring record of 15 wins, no losses, and 12 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, from Forthworth, Texas, here is the Cobra, Don Curry. Don Curry. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBA welterweight championship of the world. Our referee, Roberto Ramirez of Puerto Rico.
Referee Roberto Ramirez of Puerto Rico with the final instructions for Curry and Wang. Scheduled for 15 rounds. In the WBA rules, they'll use a 10-point plus system. The referee and the 2 judges will be involved in the scoring. Along with Ramirez, the referee, we have judges Weissel Fernandez, also of Puerto Rico, and Hermodio Cedeno of Panama. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. This is a 22-foot ring. Plenty of room for these welterweights. And they're using 8-ounce raised gloves. Round number 1. Wang came out, tried to start quickly and missed with a right hand. And misses with the left glove. Curry in the gold trunks, Wang in the white. Both of them undefeated. Wang is 20-0 with 11 knockouts. Curry is 15-0 with 12 knockouts. Curry ranked number 2 by the WBA, Wang ranked number 3.
And we saw early just what Wang is all about with that wild left and wild right. I don't think he wants to be quite that wild, but look for those looping punches from him, and that could be what gets him in trouble against Curry, who is a very straight puncher and a good counter puncher.
Curry told me he plans to use the hard jab early in the fight. He wants to find out a lot more about Wang. Has never seen him fight in person. That goes for Wang as well, vice versa. Curry has seen him on videotape, but figures that he will try to employ the jab early to test him out.
You just saw the first good jab land by Don Curry. Wang coming in very straight up, and there he takes another jab. He has got to bend at the waist and give some head movement as he comes into Curry, or I guarantee you Don Curry will tee off. He's such an active puncher.
Got some wrestling here for the referee, Roberto Ramirez.
And I think you can feel the tension here between the 2 fighters. Neither has seen the other live. Very tentative first round in which they are trying to feel each other out.
Curry has not fought since October 23rd when he scored a 12-round split decision over Marlon Starling. Now, in that bout, Starling had been undefeated over the first 26 professional fights in his career. But in that bout, Curry, I think, showed his boxing ability as he fought maybe 70 to 80% of his capacity, but yet put forth a show that was worth a split decision.
And that's what vaulted him into this title shot. And inside, now there's that left hook to the body by Hwang. That is one of his big weapons. But when he throws that punch, he is wide open to a counter right. And I would think that our fans should look very much for that punch from Donald Curry as Hwang goes to the body with the left hook.
You saw Hwang motion to Curry to come towards him. Before the fight, the only words of disparagement really came from the Korean, who said that he believes Curry doesn't like to fight. Curry is a runner. Curry doesn't have any heart. Now, that angered Curry, but Curry did not speak to the press about it. He remained quiet. He told me in confidence a couple hours ago before the fight that he wants to knock out Hwang to make him take back those words. We're in the final second of the opening round. Both fighters 21 years of age. But Curry, obviously, with his vast amateur experience, really has more depth. In round number one, Jun Suk Hwang in the white trunks scoring on the head of Donald Curry with a right hand and digging a left to the body. Back live for round two, scheduled for 15 at stake, the WBA's welterweight championship. Both of these 147-pounders come into this bout undefeated. For Hwang, his first bout outside of Korea. For the past 3 weeks, he's been living in a foreign country, doesn't speak or read English, has been eating at the homes of Koreans living here in Texas to duplicate somehow his lifestyle at home. So he's in an arena now with maybe 1,000 Koreans cheering for him and maybe 6,000 or 7,000 Texans cheering against him.
And he is making the fight. He's coming forward aggressively to Curry, and he has gotten a few shots into the body and an overhand right to the head. But he is banking very heavily on the left hook like the one we saw in that replay just before this round started.
Curry is called a Cobra because of the way he moves in and out, meanwhile inflicting some damage in between. Hwang would like to fight this fight at close quarters. They just banged heads, and referee Ramirez gave Hwang the warning. Now, Hwang would like to fight Curry closer, and that's why he purposely threw out some words before the fight, challenging the heart of Donald Curry. Once again, a little warning to referee Ramirez about butting. And both of the warnings have gone to the Korean. And the Korean now wants Curry to come forward and fight.
Well, an interesting show of bravado by Hwang, and not a bad idea. Maybe he can anger Donald Curry into getting into a brawl. Certainly Curry does not want to do that.
Curry sidestepped a wild left hook by the Korean. Right hand by Curry on the chin of Hwang.
Hwang showing the better defense in this first.
That's a slip.
Slip by Curry. A better defense by Hwang than we saw in any of those films we watched of him, and better than I expected against Curry. Now it's early.
Less than a minute to go in the second round. Good left hook there by Donald Curry on the head of Hwang. Hwang connects with a left hook of his own, and Curry retreats the rope to win a clinch for the referee. It's broken up quickly.
Donald Curry looks very tight in this fight. A good right hand over the left hook. There it was.
Hwang missed wildly with the left hook. Curry with a very smart sidestep connected with a right cross. That was the best punch of the fight.
And that is the punch to watch. When Hwang throws that left, as I said earlier in the first round, he leaves himself open for the straight right. Curry just landing it.
Donald Curry doing some sharpshooting here in Fort Worth. We head down the stretch of round number two. The WBA's welterweight championship fight continues on ESPN. Action in the second round. Hwang with a miss with the left hand, countering right hand by Donald Curry. A crunching shot. Hwang, however, did not go down. We're into round three, scheduled for 15. Back in the Olympic trials of 1980 in Atlanta, in the finals, Donald Curry defeated Davey Moore. Moore, who is now the junior middleweight champion. Curry would have been our Olympic hope. That's a slip. That's not a knockdown. Curry would have been our Olympic hope in the welterweight division in 1980, but the United States boycotted the Moscow Games because of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. He turned professional and has won 15 in a row, 12 by knockout. Wang again misses with the left, countering right by Curry.
And that is, as I said in the first round, that is what to look for in this fight. Every time Wang throws a left hook, he is open for that right hand by Donald Curry. A small little subplot in this round. There's a small piece of ice. Oh, right hand hurts Donald Curry.
And he spins away. Now there's a piece of ice, as you said, in the middle of the ring, and a lot of the officials are trying to get the attention of the referee. He doesn't hear them.
That could easily result in a slip and an injury by one of the fighters.
Could have been the reason why Curry slipped. Well, Wang continues to chase Curry, who once in a while retaliates with straight right hands. We have stopped seeing the jabs of Curry because he's going for broke with big punches. Wang now trying to swarm Curry. Curry ties him up.
And Wang is pressuring Curry, and the jab would keep Wang off, but we're not seeing it from Donald Curry.
Remember that Curry had over 400 amateur fights, lost only 4 times. Wang did not fight as an amateur. He has won 20 in a row as a professional, 11 by knockout. Occasionally you will see that immense experience by Curry. Most recently, when Wang had smothered, Curry tied him up with both hands in a clinch. Less than a minute to go in round 3.
Well, Curry's a good defensive fighter, and he may need that defense against Wang, who's showing us that he is certainly willing to be aggressive, though his style is not pretty. And he has shown us the weapons we knew he had, the left hook and the overhand right. And some good work to the body by Wang so far in this fight. He is not having a bad round, the Korean challenger.
Another countering right by Curry after a wild miss by Wang. And that caught Wang on the left cheekbone. Final seconds, round 3. Curry with a right uppercut. He's been waiting to throw that shot. Didn't show it early in the fight. Very interesting round as Wang was not only much more aggressive, but actually managed to get Curry into toe-to-toe battle. So the 3rd round ends. We take a look at Donald Curry back in his corner. His trainer for 17 years since he was obviously very Paul Reyes is there.
You do your own fight. You fight your own fight. Come up with that right up. Fight your own fight. There's a beautiful uppercut you threw and stop on the kick. Try with a couple more combinations.
Let's take a look at Curry against Wang there in the previous round when Curry slipped. You could see obviously that he slipped on that piece of ice or some standing water there in the middle of the ring. Anyway, they've cleared the ice away. And we're all set now for round 4.
Sounds like a hockey game. They cleared the ice.
You don't think that Milton McCrory, the Iceman, sent that in for Detroit?
No, he didn't say that.
Milton McCrory, the #1 contender in the welterweight division. Curry with a left to the body.
And that's the first body work we've seen from Donald in this fight. He is a good body puncher.
By the way, McCrory's going to fight Britain's Colin Jones in March for the vacant WBC crown. Hopefully, the winners in all of this elimination series will meet to unify the welterweight championship. Curry acted like the matador there as Wang came flying past him.
This fight, I think, is a close one. In fact, it's so close that I have gotten it rated 29-29, dead even. But it's heating up here in this round, that's for sure.
Wang wants the ball and Curry wants the fight.
And there's a few jabs for Curry. He has not used that punch as effectively as he wanted to.
Wang is wide open after he throws his left hook. And a couple of times he has really paid the price. Curry's been able to measure and counter with a right hand.
And I still expect that to be the dominant punch in this fight. So far, it's been the only one that has really hurt anybody. Twice he stunned Wang with that punch.
Wang has no jab to speak of. Halfway through round 4.
He is just waiting to throw that overhand right, which is through, or the left hook, which is just through there. Those are really his two only weapons.
Curry's got those cat-like movements, tremendous lateral movement. You saw him there spin away from the forward thrust of his challenger. He's very quick now. He's got that rate off the defense.
He is making Wang miss, but he is not making him pay. He's not landing his counter punches as I'm sure he would like to.
Curry is making the Korean expend a lot of energy by chasing him.
And that may well be part of his plan. Certainly, he's been 12 rounds, and Korean has never been past 10, and this one's scheduled for 15, so perhaps he thinks he'll have an edge later on in the fight. These rounds will test the judges. Very tough rounds to score. Wang is being aggressive.
Round 5 in Fort Worth, Texas. Donald Curry in the gold trunks. Jun Suk in the white trunk. Fighting for the WBA welterweight championship. A left and a right, both to the head of Wang on the ropes. Wang took a right uppercut. This is with his own right hand, and they're back in the center of the ring.
And there was the hand speed of Donald Curry and some of the punching power, but Wang took those shots against the ropes and came back.
Right hand by Wang, his best punch of the fight. Curry slips away. Wang is the Oriental Pacific welterweight champion. He won that title. Last April, he's had 5 successful defenses. He is 20-0 with 11 knockouts. The youngest of 5 brothers and 2 sisters. Did not fight as an amateur. He supports his family because his father, a rice farmer, passed away last year.
If there's a criticism of Donald Curry that we often hear, it's that he is not busy enough in fights, and he has lapses where he just doesn't punch much. Well, we've seen that in this fight, and it's happening in this round after an impressive beginning. He's not done much offensively. He's making Wang miss, but as I said, really not making him pay for that.
Of course, on the other side of the ledger, Al, is he's fighting an awkward boxer. I mean, even calling him a boxer seems strange. He is a brawler who just wants to maul Curry. So Curry, you see, he's trying to avoid all that. Once again, Wang motions to Curry to come forward.
Good left hand by Donald Curry. And when he gets Wang in the corner, he has been able to pepper him with some good combination.
Curry picked off that left hook, thrown from the floor by Wang. Less than a minute to go, round number 5.
There's the jab from Curry, and Wang walked right into that punch. Donald Curry is picking up the beat in this round, and he is often a slow starter, Donald Curry, and he picks up usually around the 56th round. That's what's happening in this fight.
Curry with a right hand, and boy, did he tag Wang that time. Almost a third of the way through the scheduled 15-rounder. It's the Matador and the Bull. They call the Korean the Bull back home. In the final seconds of the 5th round. We'll continue with more of this WBA welterweight championship fight if we keep it where it is. Action from the 5th round. Wang in white connecting with a right hand. try to say that quickly. Round number 6, scheduled for 15. Curry in the goal, connects. Wang in the neutral corner. And looks like he's staying there, Al, to draw Curry in.
Apparently he wants to do that, but Donald Curry is eating him up on those legs. And what Curry is doing now that he did in the first 3 or 4 rounds, he's mixing the attack to both the head and the body, and it has Wang really confused at this point.
Wang with a good left hook to the head of Curry. Now he comes out of the corner.
Curry must be careful because Wang with his wild lefts and rights can land him when Curry comes in too aggressively.
Wang retreated to the neutral corner again. Really ate a right hand from Curry. He wants Curry to fight him at close range. There he is, motioning to him. And Curry's obliging with those rights.
But Donald is being careful to stay just out of reach of those wild swings by Wang. After he lands a couple shots, Curry is getting out of there quickly.
You saw a body shot there by Curry. You haven't seen much body work from him tonight. Then again, he hasn't been close enough to Wang to do that.
Well, I think that's the big difference in this round. He's been doing a little bit more good job by Donald.
Loving left hook to the head by Curry after Curry took the left to the head from Wang. Curry slipped the right hand that time, halfway through the round.
Curry is a very good defensive fighter. We talked about that, and he is so adept at slipping punches, especially against a puncher like Wang, who throws those wild, leaping shots.
Countering left hook by Curry on the head of Wang, the best punch of that swing. That left hook was blocked by Curry. Curry with a countering right after a miss by Wang. Same scenario, less than a minute to go in the round.
And you can see Donald, the wheels turning in Donald's mind. Every time that left hook comes, he is looking for that counter right over it, and that one landed right on the side of the face of Wang.
And Curry continues to flick out the hard jab. Curry with a left to the body. We haven't seen that tonight.
Good straight right hand by Donald Curry, and that punch became really a good one for him in this fight.
Final seconds, round 6. Curry with a hard left hook that traveled just a few inches. Well, Donald Curry in the goal continues to peck and poke at Jun Suk Wang. Very effective. We've seen that several times already in this fight. We're into round 7, scheduled for 15 for the WBA welterweight championship. Curry with 2 left hooks, and it is Wang who spins away from the ropes.
A beautiful double left hook by Donald Curry. He's now fighting in these last several rounds the way we have seen him fight often before. I think he was tight in the first 3 rounds, but in the last several, he has really gotten on track.
Having all kinds of problems trying to reach the elusive Donald Curry.
And this is more movement from Curry than we've seen in a lot of his recent fights. He's showing us his boxing and his ability to use the ring. This is listed as a 20-foot ring. It's bigger than that, I guarantee you.
Curry just rolled up with the right hand, and he really stunned the Korean. He split the gloves. He just did it again with the right hand. Curry starts to open up. Wang comes back to the left hook. Curry answers the left hook of his own. Wang skips back to the rope. Wang really got tagged this round. Curry starting to pull it out. Wang is looking to counter with that left hook. He landed one a moment ago, but not much damage. Al, that lead right hand was one of the best punches I've ever seen Curry throw, and I've done 5 in this fight. Another right hand by Curry. Wang hanging on the ropes is starting to take. And here comes the power and the speed of Donald Curry. We're halfway through round number 7.
And Curry said before the fight, if I get him hurt on the ropes, they may stop this fight earlier because of the Juki Kim tragedy and the fact that he's Korean. Let's see if that plays a role if he should get Wang against the ropes as he did a moment ago.
And Donald Curry goes down, a countering right hand, and that's the first time Donald Curry's been down as a professional. He's taking a standing 8 count from the referee, Roberto Ramirez. So in his most dominant round, Donald Curry goes down for the first time as a pro. That's a slip by the Korean. We have plenty of time left in the round, under a minute. Well, I talked about the Korean losing the fight by being stopped, and he turns around and knocks Curry down. And Curry was just eating him up in this round. Now, this is a tough round to score if it goes the full 3 minutes. If the fight doesn't end here, Donald Curry, so dominant, went down because of one punch. And he is using this ring, and here's where Curry has an advantage. Now, the Korean is saying, come on, but why should he? Less than 30 seconds to go in the round. He used the 10-point must system. How would you judge this? Would you judge it 10-8 for the Korean because he knocked down Curry? Or would you judge it 9-9? Or even because Curry was so dominant over the first 2 minutes?
That is a difficult question. These two judges and referee will have to decide it.
I should say 10-10. That's what I meant. 10-point must. At any rate, the 7th round, a surprising one in both.
Many people may argue with that, but that's the way I saw it. And, you know, Hwang has two weapons, a big left hook and a big right, and we were waiting for one to land, and I'll tell you, that right hand really, really got to Donald Curry.
We're into round 8, scheduled for 15. And Curry has cause to be cautious against this Korean. That right hand was quick, short, but powerful.
Hwang took a lot of punishment on his ropes, hoping to suffer down Curry for just such a right hand, and he was finally able to do it.
A left hook by Hwang, and Curry took a partial blow there. He's got a powerful left hook. That's his main weapon. He has missed several times tonight and has taken countering right hand.
And that scoring you saw was me having Curry ahead by 3 points, but the issue is still very much in doubt, especially after Hwang knocked him down in that last round.
Obviously, Hwang looking to time Curry with the right hand or a left hook. He has no jab or speak of. Both fighters have high knockout ratios. He has 20 straight wins. Hwang has 11 knockouts. Curry has won 15 in a row, 12 by knockout. We're halfway through round 8.
You can see Curry very, very careful as he cuts away at Hwang, not anxious to get hit with another one of those looping right hands.
Hwang doesn't speak or read English, but he knows a couple of terms in English. Pac-Man. All week long here in Fort Worth in the lobby of the hotel, he played the machine. And he also knows the name Olivia Newton-John. He says his favorite piece of music is the Rocky theme. Why not? He's excited. Less than a minute to go in round number 8. He had lots of fireworks in the previous round.
And Hwang has spent much of this round in that same posture against the ropes, with Curry pecking away as he waits to uncoil. He hopes another blockbuster.
Well, Donald Curry got a little careless in round number 7 when he was pummeling Jun Suk Hwang, but then he ate a right hand and went down very quickly. And here in the 8th, Curry, no doubt, a lot more cautious. We're watching the WBA's welterweight championship, scheduled for 15 rounds.
Come on, you got the speech. You got the speech.
Sal Marciano with Al Bernstein ringside in Fort Worth, Texas. Jun Suk Hwang in the white trunks of Seoul, Korea, taking on Donald Curry of Fort Worth. At stake, the WBA's welterweight championship. Curry. Here's some action from round 7 when Donald Curry was knocked down by Jun Suk Hwang. Curry walked into a right hand. Here is Hwang, hung on the ropes. Bang, right there. Curry got up quickly at the count of 3, took a standing 8 count. And for those who criticize this matchup as the closest thing to fixing a fight, really were wrong. Because the Korean, although he hasn't been able to catch Curry except for that one punch, has proven to be a dangerous opponent. This is round 10, scheduled for 15. Curry with a left hook to the head of Wang.
And Curry was hit with that right when he tried to throw a right uppercut of his own that last time. A very dangerous move, and that is why it's dangerous.
And just moments ago, Curry tagged Wang with a right hand. Wang wants Curry to come closer. Backs into the corner again. This time with the other neutral corner. We've got a bird's eye look. ESPN camera right behind Wang.
And I've got this fight scored with Donald Curry leading it. I've got him at 89 to 84. But the Korean challenger is still very dangerous.
And that's with Curry obviously not taking the 7th round, but he was knocked down. It's been mostly Donald Curry on the move, but still, he's been out punching the Korean.
Curry also very effective at tying fighters up on the inside, as you saw him do just a moment ago.
Left right combination by Wang to the head of Curry. Curry retreating and spinning out of the corner. And Wang wants him there. He wants him on his turf.
Whenever he gets in this posture, Wang takes some punishment in the hopes of landing one big shot.
There's a left hook by Wang, and that caught Curry on the chin. Wang, I think, is more dangerous in the middle of the ring because he's so unorthodox. He comes from all kinds of angles. Curry with a right hand to the bobbing and weaving Korean's head.
On Curry in this round.
Powering right hand by Curry. Another right hand. Wang with some body work. Curry was hit below the belt. He is wincing in pain. Curry was hit below the belt. But the fight continues on, and Curry ties him up. I think Donald needs to break. Less than a minute to go in round number 10.
That low blow took its toll on Curry. No rest for the referee Ramirez. And another left low by Wang.
And Curry lashed out with a left uppercut that caught Wang in the chin. Now Wang is getting what he wants. He wants Curry at close quarters, and once he gets out of the corners, he gets it. Now he retreats to the corner. This allows Curry to flick the jab and pot shot wherever he wants to. I think the Korean is wrong with the strategy.
I would agree. In this posture, he has done one thing. Only once has he landed a big right. Otherwise, he's taken punishment.
Nonetheless, a very competitive 10th round. And over 10 rounds, while Jun Suk has not been able to put Curry away, he's proven to be dangerous. There's the low blow in the previous round, the 10th. Donald Curry reacting in pain. He survived the round. Here it is, round 11, scheduled for 15. Al, how do you have the fight scored over the first 10?
I have got it 98-94 in favor of Donald Curry. I guess the last round to Wang for his aggressiveness and the fact that he was able to land some good shots.
Curry battling an awkward brawler here in Jun Suk Wang.
This is as long as Wang has ever gone in his life. He's never been to the 11th round, so we should be looking to him for signs of fatigue.
Wang has been 10 rounds 4 times. Donald Curry's been 10 rounds twice. It's been 12 rounds once. Right hand by Wang. Allie noticed that Wang's eye seems to be swollen. His right eye. Otherwise, neither fighter has been cut. Curry was down in round 7, briefly. Then he took a standing 8 count.
We talked about those Reyes gloves often causing cuts. Well, hasn't been the case tonight. Not in this fight either.
Trevor Ray Leonard, the former welterweight champion of the world, ordained Donald Curry as his successor. He said, this is the guy who will follow me. Right now, Donald Curry is in the midst of a tremendous fight here against Jun Suk Wang, who will not step aside and let him come forward and win the WBA championship so easily.
Well, Sugar Ray ordained him outside the ring, but he's got to do it inside the ring. He has found Wang to be a very, very difficult challenge.
Countering left-right combination by Curry on the head of Wang. Curry blocked the left hook by Wang halfway through the 11th round.
This has been a good round for Wang because he's worked inside very, very well for both the body and the head.
Wang has drawn Curry into a toe-to-toe battle in the middle of the ring this round.
And that is exactly where Donald Curry does not need to be. Got to have punching moves. He's got to be able to use that jab and straight right in.
Wang tried to measure him, and he caught a left hand to the head. Less than a minute to go in the 11th round. Wang is really slowed down here in the 11th.
But when Wang lunges in with those punches, Curry's not making him pay with it.
Big right hand by Curry on the head of Wang. Wang takes another right from Curry. What a shot! And he dances on his toes to show that he is in no pain and he's okay. But the Korean really has slowed down, Al. I see signs of fatigue. Curry looks fresh and sharp. Now there's some blood. We don't know if either guy is cut. There must be a cut here. Wang's got blood coming out of his nostrils. That's it. Less than 30 seconds to go in round number 11. So Curry bloodies the nose. Jun Suk Wang here in the 11th round. We're heading to the bell. We'll continue with more of this WBA welterweight championship after this timeout. Action from the 11th round, the most effective for Donald Curry. Wang missing with the left and then taking a right hand in retaliation from Curry. And Curry opens up the 12th with another right hand. Wang really slowed up in the 11th round. He's breathing hard. And to Donald Curry, he's starting to take target practice.
Well, we talked about that left hook and the counter right, and Curry's done it many times in this fight, and it's especially, I think, a factor now because the hand speed of the Korean who just went down is much slower.
A slip as Curry pushed him down. Curry apologizes by extending his left hand. Wang had his nose bloodied in that previous round. And you can see how he's more of a plodding fighter. He's having difficulty moving quickly on Curry. And I think he's lost some fuel in his tank.
Well, he's definitely fatigued his last round. And you know, this fight has been fought like with the two good body work by the Korean, and that is what we expected to see from him. I'm surprised he can use those shots at this point.
Some roughhouse stuff from Curry, who's easily handling Wang now. A left uppercut by Curry from the hip. And that brought a spray of sweat from the head of the Korean, is now underneath the corner. Curry works the body. Curry works the head.
This is turning into a draw again, and that may be a problem for Curry, even though he's landing well.
Right hand by Curry. Wang comes out with a left hook, but it's blocked by Dunn. Remember we told you earlier in the fight, all that chasing by the Korean could cause him a lot of energy. And here in the 12th, he is tired and on the tip, and Curry rattles him with two right hands. Wang is standing there on his heel. He's got nothing on his punches. A right hand by Curry. Wang goes back to the neutral corner. Curry on the attack.
And the hand speed now of Curry is a big difference as he puts punches together. Wang is still dangerous, though, with that overhand right.
Less than a minute to go in the 12th round. Donald Curry really now slamming Wang, who's bleeding heavily from the nostrils. Wang takes a big left hand. Two left uppercuts. Wang misses with two punches. Final seconds of the 12th. Donald Curry blasts him with two right hands, throws a left uppercut, another left. Wang is defenseless. He can't throw out anything except pity-pat punches. Plenty of time for a knockdown. Is time running out of the Korean? We'll see. Left uppercut by Curry again. He is eating up Wang with uppercuts. Blood all over the Korean's trunks. And here comes the bell, mercifully for Wang. Wang is standing, but he is in deep trouble. He's led back to his corner. He is out on his feet. The camera is right there. His handler's working on him, blood coming from his nostrils.
And if we had any question about whether that man could take a shot, we don't anymore. Fighting with tremendous courage, though he certainly lost that last round of the 12th in very big fashion. And Donald Curry showed us all of his arsenal.
The ring physician is there to check him out. Of course, they're worried about the condition of any fighters anywhere now because of the tragedy of Duk Doo Kim. The officials very, very careful in the late stage are susceptible to big, heavy blows. They're worried about Jun Suk Wang.
And we see why they're worried, because Donald Curry, as you saw in that flurry in the last round, was able to land many combinations to the head of the Korean, who was having a real problem against those ropes.
Donald Curry down in the 7th, comes back in the 12th with his best round of the fight. And here we are now in the 13th. There's a delay here because there's still some ice laying in the corner of the Korean. And now it's cleared away. They have stopped time, and we go underway. Somebody's thrown a towel that has nothing to do with the fight. That's to clean the surface of the ring. And again, we're into the 13th. Al in that same corner. Wang took a tremendous beating last round.
And he's there again now, and he's taking those same jabs and right hands from Donald Curry. And he is having a hard time defending himself. So the referee Ramirez will take a long look at this, I'm sure.
Lots of blood coming from the nostrils of Wang. He's in that neutral corner again. And Donald Curry, with his legs far apart, is throwing hard jabs, countering Wang's futile tries with right.
And if this were a WBC championship fight, that last round, the 12th, would have been the last. The WBA goes for 15, and the doctor will take a look at Wang.
The referee, Roberto Ramirez, instructed the doctor to come to the apron to check him out. Wang is very impatient here as the doctor looks him over. The doctor taking plenty of time here, and this fight is allowed to continue. We're in the 13th. It's scheduled for 15.
This fight is a reflection of these two men. Curry, a mechanic in the ring, a technician. Wang fights with courage. He says he's fighting for the glory of his country. That's not an overstatement. He's showing us tonight that he is.
Curry took over in the 11th when it was apparent that Wang started to get fatigued. In the 12th, it was a 3-minute barrage. Curry really handing out lots of punishment. But Wang is really game. He took a bad beating in the last round. He is bleeding a lot from his nostrils. He continues to chase Curry.
And there it was again, a left hook missed by Wang, solid right by Donald Curry. That punch has just been on the target all night.
How many times in our telecast on ESPN we talk about lateral movement and defense? Donald Curry, at 21 years of age, has that in capital letters. He's not just offensive, he's a defensively minded fighter. A beautiful sidestep and a left hook by Curry on the head of Wang.
It should be obvious to everyone that Wang would give many, many welterweights in the United States quite a battle, as evidence of what he's doing here against Donald Curry.
Less than a minute to go in the round. A double left hook by Donald Curry to the head of Wang.
And about the 10th, 8th, or 9th round, really, Curry really got the jab on track, and that has made a big difference in this fight.
Wang continues to motion to Curry to come to him. He goes to the neutral corner. Roberto Ramirez, the referee, wants him to rumble. Curry just measuring his opponent, hooking that left jab between the gloves.
And Curry says, why should I come in there? That changes territory.
Coming down the stretch of round number 13. The red warning lights are on. We'll be back for the 14th after this. Dr. Marr has allowed this fight to continue. We're into the 14th, the next to last round. And Wang wants Curry to come forward.
We've just been told by a top-rank official here at ringside that they believe that Curry has hurt his right hand in this fight. He's still using it, however, but we don't know the nature of the injury, but presumably he did hurt it.
Obviously, Al, Curry's way ahead on points.
I would have him substantially ahead. I've got him ahead 128 to 121, and he has had big rounds in the last several rounds.
Wang's fatigue now costing him dearly. He's having a lot of difficulty reaching Curry, and his punches don't have the impact they had earlier in the fight. Remember that short right hand by Wang knocked down Curry in round 7. And if he turned in late, Curry got up quickly to the standing 8 count. The first time he'd been down as a professional in 15 straight wins.
And he regained his composure quickly at that time, was able to use all of this ring as he has throughout much of the fight to avoid Wang.
fight changed in the 11th round. Wang looked fatigued. He took several shots from Curry. In the 12th, it was all Donald Curry. Wang looked like he was out on his feet. Would not go down despite having blood coming really from his nostril. He took a beating in the neutral corner. Had to be led back to the stool.
I think the big difference in this fight is that in the second two-thirds of this fight is that Curry has counterpunched very well. He wasn't doing it in the first 4 rounds, but after that, there's a good right counterpunch after the left hook.
Just past the halfway mark of the 14th round. Left hook by Curry, and that turned Wang around. Another left hook by Curry. Curry using his left a lot. That gives credence to the report that he hurt his right hand earlier in the fight. Less than a minute to go in the 14th round.
We've only seen the right a few times in this round. It seems to me he's throwing it with some abandon when he does throw it, but apparently something is wrong with it.
Curry blocking those body shots by the Korean. Another countering left hook by Curry. He's fighting this 14th round with his left hand. Less than 30 seconds to go. Wang with his first combination in a long while. A left right to the head. He takes 2 lefts from Curry. Wang really has some kind of chin, let me tell you. He's a tough, gritty guy. Staring us in the face, the 15th and final round. Well, nothing too much. We couldn't pick up too much. There you see Curry utilizing the left hand twice, clubbing left hooks. Coming back live, the 15th and final round. We have been told that Curry hurt his right hand in this fight. That 14th round, he used his left almost exclusively.
And interestingly enough, he used the left hook very well, and we haven't seen that punch much from him in this fight when he could use the right.
Time running out on Jun Suk Wang. A game welterweight from Seoul, Korea, who came in here not speaking the language, not being able to read the language, the first time out of his country, having to contend with the hometown of his opponent, the fans who are openly rooting for Curry. During the last 3 weeks, Wang, a very lonely man here, consoled by the 1,000 or so Koreans who live in this part of Texas. He ate in their homes, he slept in their homes, and they have given him lots of support. They've been cheering him on here tonight. Their big thrill was the 7th when he knocked Curry down. But ever since then, it's been the Cobra's night.
And he's using all of this ring here in this 15th round with a right hand apparently injured. He is pecking away with the jab and occasionally left hook, just trying to get through this 15th for what he believes will be a decision in the welterweight crown. And you can see Curry shaking the right hand every once in a while, so obviously it's hurting him.
Well, he certainly used it a lot tonight on the head of Wang. There's a left hook by Curry that spins Wang around. Wang trying to take Curry out. He knows he's way behind. Donald Curry, who was down for the first time as a professional in the 7th, has come back with a fierce rally over the last third of the fight. Countering right hand by Curry. Ever on the move, on his toes and moving. Here's an example of a guy who trains, who's always in condition. You don't see fatigue in Donald Curry in any of his fights.
And he's proving something important in this fight. He can go 15 rounds, and he can do it strongly. And that will stand him in good stead if he should win this title. It will prove something for him.
Less than 20 seconds to go in the fight. Blood coming out of the nostrils of Wang, pouring down his face. A game guy. It goes the full 15, and there's no congratulations. Curry disdains the handshake of Wang and walks away from him.
I think Donald Curry, angered by the low blows in the 7th and 8th round, the bullying tactics by Wang, and some of the comments prior to the fight, apparently decided that he would disdain the final hand. The bullying tactics by Wang and some of the comments prior to the fight apparently decided that he would disdain the final handshake. And obviously some anger on his part. Whatever, he did his job in the ring. He was a good ring technician tonight, and he was able to pound out what, in our minds, in any case, appears to be a 15-round decision over the game but overmatched Korean challenger. As you look at that, man, you have to remember that 7th round when he nearly upset the title apple cart for Donald Curry. And he gave people a scare here in Fort Worth. You look in on Curry's corner. He had some anxious moments in this fight, that's for sure, in the 7th and several of the other rounds. And he looks to this crowd at Fort Worth.
Al, how did you have the fight scored?
I had it 130. Well, I had, I don't know, the last round tabulated. I had it 148 to 139 in favor of Donald Curry.
So this bout has gone to the officials. The referee, Roberto Ramirez, the two judges, Weissel Fernandez and Herminio Cedeno. Ramirez and Fernandez from Puerto Rico, Cedeno is from Panama. They will use the 10-point must system. Bob Sawyer has the arithmetic, and here's the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's our decision. Referee Ramirez, judges 146-139. Judge Fernandez has it 146-139. Judge Cedeno has it 148-140 by unanimous decision. The world champion, Donald Cobra.
Donald Curry becomes Fort Worth's first world champion. And he's coming down to our ringside position right now as the fans here in Fort Worth giving him a standing ovation. Donald, I've got to ask you from the outset, you were knocked down in the 7th round by a short right hand. That's the first time you've been down as a pro.
Yeah, I was down. My foot wasn't under me, and I got caught. But it wasn't nothing hard, you know. I was in control of myself at all times. So
he seemed to tire in the 11th when all that chasing of you finally fatigued him.
Yeah, that was my game plan, to wear him out, and that's what I did. I caught him solid a few times, but he wouldn't go.
We had a report that you hurt your hand during the fight.
Yeah, I think I hurt it in that 11th round when I was rallying, trying to put him away. I think I broke it.
Now you seem to use less of your right hand down the stretch because of that.
Yeah, I don't know, it's hurt me pretty bad.
We have David Gorman with us. David, what did you say?
I said we're going to get his hand x-rayed as soon as we get him out of here, but I just want to say one thing to all those people that said the Korean wasn't tough. I wish they was in there fighting that son of a you-know-what.
Donald, you said you expected your toughest fight, and you got it.
Yeah, you know, I think when he hit me, I was off balance. That's why I went down. It wasn't nothing that really hurt me. He hurt me a couple of times, but, you know, and that when he knocked me down, it didn't really bother me.
Puncher. He showed it throughout the fight. The guy's a dangerous puncher. But he's talking about how, you know, what the hell lopsided fight's going to be. And anytime you get in the ring with a guy that can bang like that Korean does, you've got a dangerous fight. And Donald handled it very well like a champion.
I sense, Donald, that he angered you with those low blows in about the 7th and 8th round, and some of his tactics. You didn't shake hands with him at the end. Did he get you a little irate during this fight?
No, not really. I was just trying to stick to my game plan.
Low never got called for it either. Numerous times he never was called for the low blows, but I'm not worried about that now.
Well, Donald, you're now the WBA champion, and I know at this moment it's hard to put it all together, but you must be elated, especially doing this in your hometown.
Yeah, it was a great feeling, the crowd cheering for you and things, but, you know, it was a tough fight, and I learned a lot in that fight.
I know you've got to be worried about that right hand. We'll let you go to the hospital for x-rays. Congratulations. ESPN was there when you began, and ESPN was there when you became champion.
Yes, I'd like to thank ESPN for covering me from my start of my career, and I appreciate it up to
to love most.
Okay, you enjoy the celebration. We hope your hand is okay. We'll let you go. Anyway, obviously mayhem here at ringside as we try to entangle each other. I know for us it was a pleasure to watch the fight. It really was competitive.
An excellent fight, and I think a fight far beyond the expectations that many people had. And the Korean showed courage. Donald Curry showed he's got tremendous ability.
And so Donald Curry has fashioned a unanimous 15-round decision over Jun Suk Hwang, who goes back to Korea in defeat, but he certainly was valiant. For Al Bernstein, this is Sal Marciano saying adios from the cow town of Texas, Fort Worth.